You know, one of the things about when you're doing a greats book, people always say, hey, did you get the Southern athletes? Because there are a lot of great athletes that came through Southern University. We just wanted to do a little twist because a lot of the names in the book, when you first look at the list, you're like, wow, I don't know who this person is. I don't know who this person is. But then when you started reading their accomplishments, you started hearing their stories, you started talking to them, it's like, wow, man, this person is deep. This person is truly a Southern great. Hey, but I'm going to talk about a couple of the athletes. One of the first ones I had a chance to really just sit down and actually spend a whole day with them over in Austin, Texas, is Dexter Henderson. Just some of the things I learned from Dexter was just super amazing, man. I mean, Dexter was just a real dynamic guy, first of all, but really intellectual. One of the principles he said, I always want to be the smartest in the room. I said, well, Dexter, how do you do that? He said, 15 minutes a day. I pick a subject, which is at the top of my profession, and every day I spend at least 15 minutes on it. 6 months, I know more than most people in the room. A whole year, I know more than just about everybody in the room. Just imagine if you did that. Whatever your profession is, if you took that one principle and said, hey, I'm going to spend 15 minutes a day. That's right, 5, 10, 15. 15 minutes a day. And wow, what an expert you will be known as. The other thing is, when you look at just another principle, he was talking about running the sprints. When he run the sprints, just think about it, running the sprints. What that mean was working extra, adding extra value to whatever job you're in. The funny thing about shooting live video, no matter where you're at, you're out doing that extra work, is it's live. You can't control what's happening. Just like somebody trying to get into their car. You can't control that alarm going off. But the things you can control is doing that extra work, being ready when it happens. One of the persons I had a chance to talk to was Lou Brock. Lou Brock came to Southern University. Just in case you don't know, especially you young people listening, Lou Brock is a Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame baseball player. The great thing about Mr. Brock, just as humble as can be. But he didn't come to Southern University as a baseball player. He came on an academic scholarship from Rouge, Louisiana, from up in North Louisiana. And he said he was unable to maintain a B average. So he had a C average. So when you think about that, he literally could not afford to stay in school. And he was out one afternoon shagging balls with a high school student. He fainted. When he came to, the coach said, man, I'll give you 5 swings. He jacked 2 over the fence and drove the other ones. Coach said, you played baseball. I played in high school. Now you play for me now. That was the start of a Hall of Fame career. And the lesson I got out of that, you got to be ready when your opportunity happens. People say you're lucky. No, he wasn't lucky. He was ready. He was prepared. All those years of playing baseball in high school had him prepared. He was prepared to take advantage of the situation. When you listen to another person I had a chance to visit with, didn't spend a lot of time, but Aeneas Williams, he's a Hall of Fame football player. I had a chance to visit his church and listen at him. And that Sunday he talked about guardrails. I still remember that service. You got to have guardrails around your life. Just like when you're driving on a mountainous road, there are guardrails that keep you from falling over the cliff. That's what we got to do in our lives. We got to choose what are those things I don't want to have exposed to me and put those guardrails around it. So those are just some of the lessons. We have some other athletes that we've had a chance to interview, and they're included in the book. But the great thing about it is, it's not that they ran fast, they hit harder, shot greater. The thing is that they taught lessons. They're still teaching lessons. So hey, I challenge you to go ahead and get the book. Let me know what you think. And we're gonna have other videos and more detailed pieces from the interviews coming up too that we'll be shooting to you. So southerngreats.com, that's where you can get the book. Remember, amazon.com, it'll be there. Depending on when you're watching the video, it'll be there, promise you. Or you can just stop at Top Choice at any time. We'll always have it at Top Choice. Hey, take care. It's been a pleasure. Once again, we at Scotts Bluff. If you didn't recognize this shot, you didn't go to Southern, but it's not too late for you to come by.